Right, friends, welcome back to Learning Space. This is the 50th and the last module of this series, English Made Simple. First word is tedious. The meaning is boring and tiring because of long duration or because of repeated tasks. Look at this example. Learning a new computer program can be a tedious process. So it is used from the context of boring and tiring. The reason can be repeated tasks or the task is taking long time. Look at the next one, that is acute. If a bad situation is acute, it causes severe problems. Look at this particular example. The problem of poverty is particularly acute in the rural areas of Bihar. That means this poverty is resulting in severe problems for the people, right? So acute means if a bad situation is acute, it causes severe problems or damage. Free pass. Free pass has got two meanings. The first meaning is known to you. Radha is a reputed personality in the town and she has a free pass for all the cinema theaters in the area. She can go to any picture hall. She can watch a movie without paying anything. Free pass. In the state road transport corporation buses also, sometimes certain categories of people may get free pass. What is the second meaning? That is complete freedom. For the adolescent person, if complete freedom is given by the parents, that means for the adolescent person, total freedom is given, then what happens? It may be a disaster. You can see for the children of adolescent age, if we give free pass, that means complete freedom to do whatever they want. It may ultimately prove to be detrimental to their lives. Look at the next one, downplay. That means if the seriousness of the problem is this much, sometimes governments will try to downplay the problem. For example, the difficulties faced by the middle class. Most of the times governments will try to project a rosy picture. They try to downplay the difficulties. Look at this example. The governments often try to downplay the unemployment crisis. This is a serious problem as far as India is considered at present. And most of the times the governments, they try to downplay the unemployment crisis. Look at the next one, skirmish. This is used from two perspectives. One is between the armed forces. There may be some small tussle. These are called skirmishes. For example, at the line of control or line of actual control. Line of control, that is between India and Pakistan. Line of actual control or LAC between India and China. At these places, there are several times small tussles between two armed forces. Such type of things are called skirmishes. Here a short argument. This is another perspective. Here you see there was a short skirmish between the chairperson and the CEO in Tata Consultancy Services. Look at the next one, high-pitched. That means high-pitched noise. Sometimes loud, sometimes unpleasant. Debates in parliament often turn high-pitched. In fact, 9 p.m. live debates on some of the TV channels, they are high-pitched. Most of the times they look unpleasant. Look at the next one, uneasy. Uneasy means slightly worried, uncomfortable about a particular situation. Anita is now 7th month pregnant. She is a little uneasy because she has gestational diabetes. That means the diabetes which appear during the times of pregnancy. Because of gestational diabetes, lot of care is to be taken for the safety of the baby. That's why she is little uneasy, or you can say little uneasy as she has gestational diabetes. So Uneasy means slightly worried or uncomfortable about a particular situation. Look at the next one, staggering. Suppose to stay in a room in a 5-star hotel, if the cost is rupees 50,000, you can say it costs a staggering rupees 50,000. It is shocking because it is extremely large. So only under those circumstances you can use staggering. That is shocking because it is extremely large. Look at the next one, unabated. Unabated means without becoming weaker in strength or force. Suppose the rain started in the evening hours. Normally people expect within next 2-3 hours it will reduce. But with the same force, without weakening, the rainfall continued for several hours. That is what happened at several places in Thoothukudi district of Tamil Nadu recently. So here you can use the rain was unabated. Heavy rainfall continued unabated throughout the night in several areas of Thoothukudi district. So unabated means without becoming weaker in strength or force. Look at the next one, or you can say next example for the same word, unabated. The arguments of the opposition in parliament continued unabated. So I have given 2 examples for unabated. That means without becoming weaker in strength or force. Fine tune. Fine tune means making very small changes in order to make it work as well as possible. Here you see, Rakesh spent till 2 a.m. fine tuning his speech. That means he is to give a speech in some reputed institution, and for that he made small changes in order to make it much better. So making small changes for a particular task, that is called fine tuning. And next example, here the government employees required to undergo regular training programs to help them fine tune the skills. And after completing these 500 words, let us look at a passage. This appeared in the CSAT paper of Civil Services 2021 examination. Researchers were able to use stem cells. There are different types of stem cells, and stem cells, there are number of applications. Stem cells can be used to generate different types of cells, right? Researchers were able to use stem cells to gauge the neurotoxic effects of environmental pollutant bisphenol A. This BPA, that is bisphenol A, this is the environmental pollutant and it has neurotoxic effects. Here you see, to gauge, that means how much neurotoxic effect. That means what is neurotoxic? That affects the nervous system. Neurotoxic means it is poisonous to the nerves. It affects the nervous system. So here to gauge, that means the impact of neurotoxic effects of this particular pollutant BPA, researchers were able to use stem cells. By using stem cells, they were able to gauge the neurotoxic effects. They used a combination of biochemical and cell-based assays. That means these are part of the experimental process to examine the gene expression profile during the differentiation of mouse embryonic stem cells. Embryonic stem cells, that means the stem cells which are produced from embryo. Upon treatment with BPA, a compound known to cause heart diseases, diabetes and developmental abnormalities in humans. In fact, this BPA, bisphenol A, that is known to cause heart diseases, diabetes and developmental abnormalities in humans. In fact, the experiment was done with the combination of, or you can say by using biochemical and cell-based assays. Then this BPA, how much effect BPA will have on this embryonic stem cells. That is the experiment, right? Upon treatment by this BPA, the meaning here is how much impact these BPA will have on the embryonic stem cells. They were able to detect and measure BPA toxicity, that means poisonousness of this BPA, towards the proper specification of primary germ layers such as endoderm and ectoderm, and the establishment of natural progenitor cells. They were able to establish how much it impacts on certain areas of these stem cells. You need not know the meaning of this endoderm, ectoderm, progenitor cells. In fact, if you do not know the meaning also, nothing happens. Only the context of the passage, the crux of the passage is this BPA, environmental pollutant, that is known to cause this diabetes, heart diseases problems, neurotoxic effects. And here this mouse embryonic stem cells are used to gauge the impact of this BPA on the embryonic stem cells of mouse. That's all. Now, on the basis of the passage given above, the following assumptions have been made. BPA may alter embryonic development. Yes, we talked about that only. Biochemical and cell-based assays are useful in finding out treatments for pollution-induced diseases. In fact, many students may confuse with the word treatment used there. That a treatment is used that is not from the perspective of treatment. It is from the perspective of experiment, please remember. So here many students may go wrong. Embryonic stem cells could serve as a model to evaluate the physiological effects of environmental pollutants. Right statement? So this is the right option. With this, I am concluding this series. I hope you enjoyed all these 50 modules, and I try to give simple meanings for 500 words. At the same time, I try to explain various aspects, how to understand various passages. I hope this series will benefit you a lot. But the most important aspect is you have to continue reading various articles, newspapers. Wishing you all the best. I am concluding this series. Thank you.